Hello everyone, and welcome to another 23 old school RuneScape facts you probably didn't know. About a year ago, Jagex came out with an update which updated the hairstyles in the game. This caused a couple bugs in the game, and there was one user on Reddit where he was unable to see Zuck's shield while doing the Inferno, which is pretty unfortunate, all because of a haircut. This has since been patched, but you used to be able to light fire underwater using the Barbarian training method. You can build a topiary bush in your POH, and if you have secateurs on you and you use them on the bush, then you can trim it into various bosses that you've killed in the game, such as Vorkath and Zulrah and Skotizo. So in my last video, I mentioned how cows cannot be poisoned because their moo interrupts the poison timer from ticking. Well, it actually turns out that chickens are also immune to poison and venom, as their egg laying timing will also interrupt the poison from ticking and the chicken taking damage. You can actually attack the dummies in West Barrock for attack experience, but only if you're below level 8. So in old school RuneScape, there's this thing called animation stalling. Basically, there's ways to use an item and then do an emote, while at the same time having your player run around the game and attack other players and stuff like that, but giving the appearance of the player being stuck in one place doing an emote. This can be pretty dangerous, especially in PvP, where you can just get rushed and attacked without even knowing where the other player is in the game. Another good example of Jagex's spaghetti code is the farming patch at Trollheim. If you pan the camera southeast, then the farming patch will sit on top of the character. Recently, a player by the name of Port Kazard completed the Inferno, getting an Infernal Cape without the use of any overhead prayers, being the first player to ever do this, which I didn't even know was possible, but congratulations. If you talk to the tramp in Varrock, then he will ask you if you have some spare change, and if you decline to give him any money, then it will tick him off a little bit, and if you follow him, then you'll see that he'll just be walking around Varrock telling everybody that he hates you. So a feature recently got added into the game where if you talk to the gnome in Puro and ask about the wheat, then you will have the option to turn on and off the ability to get strength experience when pushing through the wheat. So if you're a level 3 skiller account, or if you want to make a skiller, then you'll be able to catch implings and loot them and all that without worrying about getting any combat levels. The price of Elder Malls have gone up a lot in the past year. They used to be sitting around 8 mil, but nowadays they're sitting around 140 mil each. And Oda Block has a friend that bought 309 Elder Malls when they were at their lowest, making a nice 50 billion GP profit. If you have any insane GE flipping profits like this, then drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I've seen a lot of 2 defense pure accounts around lately, but there's actually this really useful plugin called Attack Styles, where it will take away the option to use a defensive attack, so it should be pretty much impossible for anyone to get 2 defense on their pure account ever again. The Chaos Partisan has the highest max hit in old school RuneScape. If you have max combat stats, the best in slot gear, piety, and you're on a slayer task with the blue gem in the Chaos Partisan, then the theoretical max hit you can hit on a Kel fight is 195. This one might be common knowledge by now, but there's actually a HD old school RuneScape client that has been officially approved by Jagex that you can download from the Jagex launcher right now. So if you want to try something different, or if you just have a friend that wants to get into old school RuneScape but is not a fan of the old graphics, then it's definitely worth checking out. In 2005, there was a cult in old school RuneScape called the Order of the Cabbage, where the members would pick and collect lots of cabbages, then they would go bomb Varrock, dropping cabbages everywhere and doing stuff like that. So currently, the heaviest weight a player can weigh is 1,027 kilograms, which most of that weight coming from the golden helmet, which weighs 31.7 kilograms. Back in 2014, when the Kraken boss was introduced, there's actually a very small Easter egg that came along with it. So one of the items that the Kraken can drop is a jar of sand. And if you use the jar of sand on any other item, then nothing will happen. But if you use it on a jar of dirt, then the sand will go into the jar of dirt and vice versa. I'm not sure why this is, but I think it might be a reference to the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. There is actually a plugin that can replace your thralls with pets. If you go to the plugin hub, then it's called Companion Pet Plugin. So whenever you summon a thrall, you can make it look like Zulrah or Vorkath, which is pretty cool. It's actually possible to go from 35 cooking to 99 in 1 XP drop. If you keep making jugs of wine in a 12-second time period, it resets the clock for all your fermented wines, meaning you can ferment thousands of wines on the exact same game tick, leading to massive XP drops. YouTuber Raf did this, but he went from 65 to 99 all in 1 XP drop. Level 65 to decrease the amount of bad wines he makes, so he can guarantee that massive XP drop. There are over 1.5 million walkable tiles in old school RuneScape, and some JMods have confirmed that there are a few tiles in the game that have not been walked on yet. But 10 months ago, YouTuber Hannah and a bunch of friends used the tile tracking plugin and walked on every single tile in the game. In classic old school RuneScape, the strength potion used to be purple, and when Jagex updated it to the yellow color we have today, there was a week where the 4-dose potion was still purple, but doses 1 to 3 were yellow. Anyways, that's about it for the video. I really enjoyed making this one. There was a lot of interesting things about the game that I discovered while making it. But yeah, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.